We all have goals. Wake up early, eat healthier, hit the gym, and launch that business. And yet, we don't. Or we start, only to quit a few days later. Why? Because we often rely on something we've been told is the key to success: willpower. But what if I told you willpower is overrated? And that the real secret to staying consistent, productive, and successful is something far less glamorous, something called discipline. Today, we'll dive deep into the psychology of motivation and why discipline beats willpower every single time. Part 1. The misunderstanding of willpower. Willpower is often considered the magical force that helps us say no to temptations and yes to hard choices. But here's the problem. Willpower is like a battery. It drains throughout the day. Psychologists call this ego depletion. The more decisions we make, the harder it becomes to resist impulses later on. Roy Baumeister, a real-life psychologist, giving a lecture. In a classic experiment by Baumeister and his team, participants were placed in a room with freshly baked cookies, but some were told to resist them and eat radishes instead. Then they were asked to solve an impossible puzzle. Guess what happened? The ones who resisted the cookies gave up faster. Their willpower had been drained just by resisting dessert. That's the flaw of willpower. It's limited. It fades. And relying on it alone sets you up to fail. Part 2. The strength of discipline. Now contrast that with discipline. Discipline doesn't depend on how you feel. It's not about fighting temptation in the moment. It's about eliminating the need to fight at all. Where willpower says, I hope I can resist, discipline says, this is what I do, no matter what. It's the structure, the routine, the system. Let's take an example. Meet James. Every night, James decides whether or not to go to the gym. Some nights he does. Some nights he's tired and skips it. That's willpower. Now meet Sarah. She has a rule: gym every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no negotiation. Her gym bag is packed the night before. Her workout playlist is ready. She doesn't decide. She just executes. That's discipline. The more decisions you remove, the stronger your habits become. Discipline is not about doing hard things when you feel like it. It's about doing them, even when you don't. Part 2. The science behind discipline and habit formation. So how does discipline actually work in the brain? It all comes down to habits. According to neuroscientist Wendy Wood, around 43% of our daily actions are habit-driven. That's nearly half of our life running on autopilot. When you repeat a behavior consistently, like waking up at 6 a.m., going for a run, or journaling every night, your brain rewires itself. It moves from the prefrontal cortex, the thinking, effortful part of your brain, to the basal ganglia, where habits live. That's why, over time, brushing your teeth or locking your door doesn't require willpower. You just do it. Discipline is simply the vehicle that carries your actions until they become automatic. It's not a personality trait. It's a skill you build through repetition. Part D. Real-life examples. Discipline in action. Let's look at some real-world examples. Michael Phelps, one of the most decorated Olympians ever, trained 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, even on Christmas. His discipline created a mental edge so sharp that he once won a gold medal, even when his goggles filled with water. How? because he had rehearsed every possible scenario, including swimming blind. Or take Kobe Bryant, known for his infamous 4 a.m. workouts. While others were sleeping, Kobe was stacking hours of practice. It wasn't motivation. It wasn't willpower. It was discipline. And then there's Jocko Willink, retired Navy SEAL and leadership author. He wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every day, not because it's easy, but because it sets the tone for everything else. These aren't superheroes. They're humans with systems. Systems, rituals, and discipline. Part 4: Why willpower fails and how to prevent it. You might be thinking, but I try to be disciplined, and I still fail. Here's why: you're relying on willpower in the wrong environment. If you're trying to eat healthy, but your fridge is full of soda and snacks, willpower won't save you. If your phone is buzzing every 5 minutes while you study, you're setting yourself up to fail. Discipline thrives when you design your environment for success. Want to wake up earlier? Put your phone across the room and go to bed with a purpose. Want to read more? Keep a book next to your bed, not Netflix open on your laptop. Make the good choices easier and the bad ones harder. That's how discipline beats willpower, by making the right action the default. Part 6: Building Discipline, a step-by-step guide. So how do you build discipline, even if you've never been consistent before? Step 1: Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life in a week. Want to build a morning routine? Start with just waking up 15 minutes earlier. Step 2: Set clear rules. Decide what your non-negotiables are. I go to the gym every Tuesday and Thursday. No debate. Step 3: Design your environment. Remove friction. Lay out your clothes. Prep your meals. Delete the app that wastes your time. Step 4: Track and reflect. Use a habit tracker or journal. Reflect on what's working and what isn't. Step 5: Embrace boredom. Yes, discipline is often boring. That's the point. You show up despite the lack of excitement. Part 7: Final thoughts. Discipline as freedom. In the words of Jocko Willink, discipline equals freedom. Because the more control you build over your actions, the more freedom you gain in life. Freedom from regret. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from being stuck. Willpower is the spark, but discipline is the engine. And if you want to go far, you need more than a spark. You need something that keeps going long after the motivation fades. So don't wait for inspiration. Don't hope for more willpower. Build discipline. And let that become your superpower. Discipline beats willpower every time. Start small. Start today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe for more psychology-backed insights, and share it. Comment below. What's one small discipline you're starting this week? Thank you for watching.